All right, so let's quickly review. We're pulling the water from this hose. It's going through this hose, up into the tank. Through the tank, it's being filtered. It's coming out this connect, through this hose, out the tip here, through these, and now it's being sprayed out by the water-fed pole. All right, so the same way we do with traditional window cleaning, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and clean all the frames first. So we're scrubbing down all the frames. It's okay, water's gonna get everywhere. That's not an issue. Scrub down all the frames. All the frames are getting clean here. And the water-fed pole is just so much faster for this stuff because you have a 6-inch, we even have a 12-inch brush that can cover more surface area than our hand can all at once. So we're gonna scrub down all the frames. We're gonna get all that dirt in there. You can even use the jet to kind of clean this out a little better. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray down all of the frames, just like this, and you're gonna let everything trickle down. So everything on the frames, all the dirt that you scrubbed, you want it to go down the window. So now we're gonna go on this side here, use the jet, we're spraying everything down, and you'll see little sections that don't go down. That's where there's dirt. So you gotta push it down so it all comes down in one big sleeve. That's what you want, a sheath of water coming down the entire window. All right, so now that's just the rinsing part, okay? You can see the dirt's here at the bottom. Now we're gonna scrub. So the same idea as window cleaning, put a good amount of pressure on it. We're going side to side. The corners was where you really need to get the pressure in there. Side to side, up, down, box it back in, really scrub, and now rinse from the top and let it just sheath all the way down. All the way down, just keep rinsing it. And that's good to go. And so you can see there's even a little bit of calcium. That's all gonna come down with the water. It's purified water. And now let's do this one, scrub. Get those corners there. And really just press hard. This thing can take it. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Now go ahead and so you can see little things are getting on there. And just let it rinse right down. Like we said, that dirt's on the inside. And now, believe it or not, these are gonna dry absolutely perfectly. Windows are really hard to look good when the sun is shining on them, but trust me, they'll look super great. And what you'll wanna tell customers as well is that this water, it's meant to stay on there. They'll ask you, are you gonna squeegee it off? No, it's purified water. It will dry on there and it will look absolutely perfect. It may take you a while to believe that this actually does an amazing job cleaning windows, but I've done hundreds of jobs and this has almost never ever gotten me a complaint. And I've gotten way more complaints when I've done traditional window cleaning because there's streaks or there's solutions. This system saves you so much time and it does a better job than you could even do traditionally. So once again, just rinse it down. And then just let it all dry. I'll show you on another window as well. Same thing as last time, we're gonna get all the frames first. All the frames and all the main dirt, loosen it all up. It's called agitating the dirt is what we call it. We wanna agitate all the dirt, loosen it all up. Use that water to really get in there and just spray into those corners. Spray into the corners. Remember we do all the windows, the frames, and the sills. We do a full 3-in-1. Spray everything down, let it drip. All that dirt's coming off. And turn it sideways. All right, now let's clean the window. Scrubbing this really hard. Sometimes there's black spots. Get that with your finger if you can. And if there's something really hard on there, what you can even do is you can use the back side of this to just scratch it a little bit. Just be careful we don't want to scratch any windows. Scrubbing all the windows down and rinse the top one. And we always are going to wash top to bottom. Because if I wash this one first and then I rinse this one, all the gunk here is going to fall onto this window. And that's the same with, if there's a window up high, we clean that one before we clean the bottom one because the top one will continue to drip onto the bottom one. So this one we'll rinse off. And now continue to scrub this one. And we'll spray it down. And just watch for little areas where the water breaks. That means there's dirt there. Finish scrubbing this down. And the water will still be sitting in here. However, it drains out through here. So if a customer says, hey, my frames still have water, just let them know that it will drain out. Just give it an hour or so to dry. Now let's move to the second window. I'll show you how to extend it up. We'll even turn the water off for now. Whenever you start extending this up, you'll want to start from the top one because the later you go, this is going to be heavy to hold. So pull this back in. Let's use the one at the very end. Oh, wrong one. So this one will come up. This one, I'll show you this top one. You don't want to use this one because this just pulls that out. We don't want to do that, right? But we're going to use this one and extend it all the way up. You will see a small black line. They're kind of faded now. That will indicate when you're hitting the end. So go about to here. Extend the next one out. Extend the next one out until you're at a height that you can go up and down. So we're number 4 and number 5 as well. So this is about a good height. We're gonna turn the water back on. All right, and now we've got our pole set up. And you can see we're shooting water at it up here. And the same thing that we do on the bottom, we do at the top. So we're gonna scrub all these frames down. And you can see why I wouldn't have done this one first, because all the water's dripping back onto it. Hit all the frames. And we're just gonna scrub this all down. Make sure you try to get a good angle here because there's dirt on that sill there and you won't be able to grab it. Ooh. Continue to scrub the whole thing down until it looks all clean. So now this right one is clean. We're gonna go ahead and rinse it down. All the frames, rinse everything down. Same thing with this one on the left. Now, what you're gonna notice is that on the right side here, all the water is coming down in a beautiful sheath. Now, what's happening on this left one here is that you can see the water is sticking to the window. It's not coming down. See how all that water is pooled up right here? And it's not coming down all perfectly. So, when the water comes down easily, that means the window's tension up there is hydrophobic. So it's repelling the water and the water just sheaths down. However, some windows, if they've sat in the sun and the sun hits this all day, maybe this one's shaded by this tree right here, now the outside texture of the window is hydrophilic, meaning the water is going to hold itself to the window. That does not mean that you're doing anything wrong or there's anything wrong with the water or that there's anything wrong with the window. It just means that it's going to take longer to dry. We'll continue to scrub, but some of the water molecules will stay there. Don't worry about it. It'll just take a little longer for it to dry. You're not doing anything wrong, but that's just a part of the window cleaning. This one looks great. The other one has water. They'll both be clean the same. Now we're gonna go ahead, unlatch this hook, pull down, unlatch this one, pull down, unlatch this one, pull down. And then you would do this one next. We've already done it though, I'm going out of order. Clean that one, right? You'd scrub it down and then you'd rinse it down. It's super, super fast once you get good at it. You just need to know what you're looking for and be a little detail oriented. Now imagine we're going to be going on to the next one. What you can do is you can turn this off. You don't need to move this. You have 200 feet. You can go all the way over here and then we can go ahead and hit this next one. All right, go ahead, turn the water on. Same as last time, extend the pole up. This goes, I believe this one goes up to 30 feet high, so we can do 3-story houses all the way from the ground. All right, and now go ahead, we're up here. Let's get all the frames so you can see how dusty that one up there is. That one's gonna look really nice afterwards. You can see all the dirt coming down. Hit all the frames. All the frames there. All the way, and then come out far away so you can get low. We want to shoot that water down at the sill. All right, we sprayed all the frames down. Soak it so all the dirt comes down. Allow time for it to come down. See how this one, the right one, this one looks like it's a little bit hydrophilic where the water's going to stay attached to it. Let's do this one last. Next, scrub it down really good, get all the corners. And now let's rinse. Beautiful. Scrub this down. And rinse it all off. Awesome. Now we can just walk this over. Boom. Right on to the next one. They should have all these screens taken out in advance, or you would have already taken them out. Make sure that they've taken them out themselves, or we're taking them out before we start. We don't have to keep putting screens back in every time. Get all the frames. Frames are being cleaned. And you can see how much cleaner these ones look because the sun is not shining directly on them. Scrub them down, rinse. Boom, looks great. And the more you do this, the more you'll be able to pick up on these little things that you can see. Okay, I can see that's why that's what happens. Always scrub everything down once, get all the dirt off, rinse it. The second time is a cleaning, and then you rinse it down. You want everything to come down perfectly, just like that. Go ahead, drop that down.